Today we're going to go over the rebalance sequence and the neck release sequence that we do in the melt method using our melt roller. It is designed to help decrease our stress response, which increases our repair response. It only takes a few minutes and it always starts with an assessment and then a reassess. Why do we do an assessment and a reassess? To quote John Bradshaw, we cannot heal what we cannot feel. So the very first step into calming our system down, to being able to heal from injury or physical pain, is to drop in and get a sense of our body sense. So I'm going to have you lie down on your back, palms to ceiling, and just make sure that your arms are a little off your body and your legs are apart. You're going to close your eyes, and the first thing is to give yourself permission to drop in and get a sense of what we call your body sense. And we want to look at where stuck stress is in your body currently. The first place is in your shoulder girdle that we want to look, and that's the area around your shoulder blades. So notice where you're weighted on the floor with the shoulder blades, if you feel like you're flat, wide, and grounded, ideally, or if there's stuck stress in the shoulder girdle, you might notice that you're a little tipped back towards the top of the shoulder blades. You might feel like you're not equally weighted between the two shoulder blades, or you may feel like you're just the tips and the bones of the shoulder blade are poking into the mat. Take a notice back in the head and where you're weighted on the back of your head. Ideally, you're weighted opposite the bridge of your nose and you're centered on the head. If you feel like your head is a little tipped back towards the top of the head, or maybe you're a little tilted off to the right or left, those are all signs that you have stuck stress in your shoulder girdle. The second place is in your diaphragm. Ideally, you have what we call a low back curve, where the apex of your curve is opposite your belly button. If you have stuck stress in your diaphragm, you might notice that instead of a low back curve, you have a whole back curve in that the rib wall is lifted up off the mat. The third is in your pelvis. Notice where you're weighted on your pelvis. Ideally, you have equal weight on your two butt cheeks. If there's stuck stress in the pelvis, you might feel like you're a little more tipped down towards your tailbone, or you're really sitting weighted on your sacrum. If you have stuck stress in your pelvis, it'll affect your legs and foot position. Ideally, the back of your thighs are masses, they're weighted to the floor, and the back of your knees are spaces. They'll be a little bit weighted off the floor. You'll be weighted slightly to the outside of your calves, and you'll be weighted slightly to the outside of your heels, and your toes will be pointed to where the wall and the ceiling meet. If you have stuck stress in the pelvis, you might notice that your feet are tipped out, where your ankle bones are almost touching the floor, or your toes alternatively might be pointed up towards the ceiling. Next, bring your focus back up to your torso, divide your body into left and right, and notice if you're equally weighted on the two sides of your body, or if you have your autopilot, which is your body's ability to support, stabilize, and balance you without you thinking about it, is not operating sufficiently. You might feel like you're a little heavier weighted to one side or the other, or perhaps one arm or leg feels longer than the other. Bend your knees, take a focused breath in, and as you exhale, roll onto your side and up to a seated position. So the two sequences we're going to do today is a rebalance sequence and then the back of skull sequence, or the neck decompress. So we're going to take our roller, and you want to put it lengthwise on the mat, and then move your pelvis right down to the bottom of the roller. With one hand on the roller and one hand on the floor, you simply tip your pelvis up so you can come onto the center of the roller. Using your hands and knees are bent, feet are on the mat, allow yourself just to gently come down. You want to make sure your whole body is on the roller. So just reach up and make sure that the top of your head is fully on the roller. With your elbows, forearms, and hands on the floor, we go into what's called our gentle rocking. And this is the first thing you want to do as soon as you lie on the roller to give your spine time to get used to being on the roller. But this is also starting to stimulate your rebalance, your centering, what's called your body's autopilot. And again, this is your body's understanding of where you are in space, where your center of gravity is. Ideally, your head, your ribs, and your pelvis are all moving in equal timing. So as you roll and your forearm catches you, notice if you can feel that your ribs or pelvis are moving ahead of each other, or if everything is coming in equal timing, coming back to center. Now we go into what's called our 3D breath. We're going to place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. And as you inhale, take a slightly longer than normal inhale. Focus on breathing depth into your body. So you breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And you focus on your chest and ribs and belly going to the ceiling and the back ribs going down to the roller. One more breath, inhale and exhale. Place your hands on the side of your ribs, and now we want to focus on breathing width into our rib cage. So as you inhale, visualize your rib cage moving east and west of your belly button and using your hands as feedback to your ribs to fill your hands up. And we'll do 3 breaths. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Inhale. Feel your ribs expand laterally. This is what we would also call a lateral ribcage breath. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Place one hand, fingers, thumb just below your collarbone, the other hand down by your pubic bone. And as you inhale, visualize breathing length into your body. So as you inhale, visualize your collarbone moving north of your belly button and your pubic bone moving south of your belly button. So what we're doing as we inhale, continue with that breath, is we're stimulating or activating our diaphragm, which is your upper core, which contracts down when you inhale, creates space for your ribs to expand and your lungs to fill up. This improves circulation and blood flow and oxygenation in your body. It also creates space for room, to bring room for everything to move and work in your body. Now we focus on the exhale. So place both hands on your belly. Take a slightly longer than normal inhale. But this time as you exhale, you're going to make a shh. And all there is for you to do is feel and follow the natural movements of your abdomen through your exhale. Let's do that same sound again. Inhale through your nose and exhale. Notice that natural drawing up and in as part of your exhale. So we use the exhale to bring stability into our body. This time as you exhale, you're going to make an SE, as if air is coming out of a tube. Inhale through your nose and exhale. On the next exhale, you're going to make an AH sound. Inhale through your nose and exhale. Feel and follow that natural drawing up and in. Now we're going to do another breath, and as you exhale, choose one of your favorite sounds where you felt the most deepest activation of what we call your deep-rooted core. So you'll either make a sh, a s, or a. So go ahead, inhale through your nose and exhale. Your glutes stay relaxed and you stay light on your feet. This time you're going to exhale and not make the sound, but see if you can get that same activation of your deep-rooted core. Inhale and exhale. So we use the exhale to bring stability into our body. Our inhale brings space and our exhale brings stability. Now we're going to go into our tuck and tilt. Fingers on your pubic bone, hands on your pelvis. We want to stay relaxed in our glutes and light in your feet. Inhale, and as you exhale, just sink belly to spine and allow your pelvis to do a tuck where your pubic bone draws towards your tailbone and your low back lengthens towards the mat. Inhale, pause, check, feet are light, glutes are relaxed. And then as you exhale, you tilt, which is simply an untuck of your pelvis, allowing the weight of your pelvis to be heavy on the roller. Inhale, exhale, tuck. Inhale, light feet, relax glutes, and exhale, tilt. What there is to notice as you do your tuck, as you exhale, and your tilt, is that you're maintaining the stillness of your ribs while you're moving your pelvis. So this is also what we call a differentiation movement, where we're practicing the movement of your pelvis while keeping your rib cage still. So this is really important, especially if you've got a lot of tension in the low back or tension in your neck and shoulders, that we practice moving your pelvis independent of your ribs. Now we'll go into our shoulder blade reach. So place your hands on your rib cage. Angle your fingers in the same direction of your thighs and taking your arms up. Visualize holding onto a package between your hands. As you inhale, you simply draw your shoulder blades wide. Your fingers will angle and reach towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, let your shoulder blades relax around the roller. Inhale, shoulder blades widen, keeping your elbows straight. And exhale, let your shoulder blades relax around the roller. Inhale, just noticing that movement in your shoulder blades. Is it easy? Does it feel fluid? Do you feel your shoulder blades moving in equal timing, or does it feel like one is moving ahead of the other? Now allow your shoulder blades to relax around the roller. Keep your elbows long. And we're going to go into what we call a scissor. Now what we're doing here is differentiating movement in your shoulder joint to movement in your shoulder blades. So when we scissor, we want to keep your arms above the height of your torso. So notice my top arm, it comes back, and I can still see my elbow in my peripheral vision. And my bottom arm, I can touch to my thigh, so I know that my arm is staying above the height of my pelvis. Just nice, simple inhale. And exhale, and you want to stay in a range that feels smooth and easy. So if you've got restriction in your shoulder and it feels like it's cracking or getting tension, you want to work in a range. So maybe your range will be a little less. Your arm will stop a little higher. If you're feeling a lot of snapping, cracking, clicking, popping, slow the movement down and decrease your range of motion. Next, we're going to bring your arms down by your side onto the mat. Open your arms about as wide as your mat and just lengthen your elbows. Lift your chin so you're open through your throat. Relax through your collarbone and let your shoulder blades stay heavy around the roller. Inhale, nod your chin slightly just to 1 o'clock. As you exhale, you're going to reach your opposite arm. So if you're turned to the right, you're reaching your left arm. And we're looking to find some gentle tensional pull either down the neck, front of your shoulder, or down your arm. This move is called neck turn. This is wonderful for opening up any tension that you feel in your sinus cavity through allergies or just stuffiness. And it also opens up the sinus cavity that sits just above your collarbone. Inhale, bringing your head back to center, and exhale, release on that extra length. Now with your chin still lifted, throat open, tilt your head now to what would be 1 o'clock. You're just tilting to the left. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you want to reach your right arm long, looking for some tensional pull. And you don't want to go to where you feel any numbness or tingling or any strain, but just that you feel that this is what we call a lengthening technique, either down your neck, through your shoulder, down your arm. Pause, take a focused breath in, and exhale, come back to center. So let's check in. We're going to straighten out your left leg. You're going to roll off to the left of the roller and lie down on the mat. Here, palms to ceiling, eyes are closed. You want to notice is there are more of you on the mat. So noticing if you're more weighted on the back of your head, Notice if you have more grounding or shoulder blade contact, and if you feel that your rib wall has come down so that instead of a whole back curve, you have a low back curve. And are you more centeredly weighted on your butt cheeks and on your pelvis? So bend your knees, take a focused breath in, exhale, roll onto your side and sit up. So that was the rebalance sequence. That is one of our most powerful sequences for getting grounded. So again, if you're feeling like you're a little stressed, you're anxious, you're feeling like you've got tension in your neck or down your spine, or you're just feeling a little off balance, that is the one sequence that you want to go to for getting grounded. The next one is our back of skull sequence, and we're going to do the full. So you're going to lie on your side. You want to put the roller just behind the back of your ear, so you're resting on your skull. You're going to take this bottom arm and just reach the shoulder out so that you're not weighted on the shoulder blade. You want to feel that bump just behind the back of your ear, and you're going to go into some circles. The weight of your head is enough to create a shearing effect. Here we're stimulating your vagus nerve, which helps to calm our system down. You might find as we go through this that it's very relaxing. And then you wait, take a focused breath in and exhale. Next, you just want to turn your head so that the roller lands just below your cheekbone. And here, very slowly, you're just going to open and close your mouth 3 times. Here, you're putting pressure on the mandible, which helps to release tension in the jaw. And then wait, take a focused breath in and exhale. Now just move the roller straight up so it lands on your temple, and you're just going to circle, nice and slow. While we are releasing tension, this is wonderful if you have neck pain, neck tension, headaches. We are also opening up the lymphatics in our skull. And this is a lovely sequence to do just before bed because it's nighttime when our lymph system is called lymphatic drains from our brain. Wait, take a focused breath in and exhale. Take the roller, move it back down just below your cheekbone and open and close your mouth slowly 3 times. And wait, take a breath in and exhale. Next, tip your head back so you land in that spot just behind the ear and you circle once again. So very powerful sequence, again, stimulating the vagus nerve, opening up the lymphatics for draining out of our brain as we sleep, which allows us to wake up with a clear head, allows our brain to download information from the day, but this also releases tension in through the neck, shoulders, and upper back. Pause, take a focused breath in, and exhale. Next, we go to half back. You're going to lift this top leg up and plant your foot. And what this does is it tilts you not onto the very back of your head, but just halfway between the side and the back. So you can look where the wall and the ceiling meet and just go into your circles here. And you wait. Take a focused breath in and exhale. Good. Now we do the other side. So I'm just going to switch ends so that I'm facing you. You can either just roll over or do the same so you can watch. So we want to put the roller on the back of your skull just behind your ear. You're going to reach this arm forward just to get off your shoulder. You're going to do some circles. Everything in melt, we want to get in and get out about 3 breaths. And then you wait. Take a focused breath in and exhale. From there, you simply turn your head so you land just below your cheekbone and you open and close. It's also a very powerful position for people dealing again with TMJ, but also if you get the tension headaches, that you massage right under the cheekbone, and that helps to release tension that can creep up into the head. Pause, take a breath in, and exhale. Move the roller straight up so it lands under your temple, and you circle. And then you wait. Take a focused breath in, and exhale. You may already start to notice how relaxed you're feeling. Move the roller under your cheekbone, open and close your mouth. And you wait, take a breath in, and exhale. Then you tip back, you'll land just at that spot behind the ear and circle. And then you wait. And exhale. From there, lift this knee, plant your foot, tilts you just to that half back position, and you circle. Always make sure that the roller's on your skull, never at your neck. We always want to melt and shear on what we call our masses, which is on bone, not on spaces in the joint. And then you wait. Take a focused breath in and exhale. Next, you come onto your back and you want the roller just at that bump in the back of your head. Again, make sure that the roller is never on your neck. You want to open your throat so that your nose and your chin are pointed to the ceiling. And you're going to go into what we call an infinity sign or sideways figure 8, where you're simply shearing at the back of your skull. We're releasing some of the occipitals at the back of the neck, at the base of the skull as well. Hopefully this feels really good. And then you wait. Take a focused breath in and exhale. Then we go into our neck decompress, and this is to lengthen and move to release tension through the suboccipitals and all the way down into the cervical spine. Your throat is open, your nose and chin is to the ceiling. It's important we do this slowly. So you take an inhale. As you exhale, you want to focus on moving the base of the skull away from the vertebra that's pinned to the mat. The result is your nose and chin draw forward, but we really want to focus on creating space in through the cervical spine. You inhale, pause, and then exhale, slowly return nose and chin to ceiling. Inhale, pause. It's important that you move slowly, so only move on your exhale. And we're just being gentle, opening up the space between the vertebrae, increasing blood flow up to the head and down your spine. Inhale, pause, and exhale. One more time. Inhale, pause. Exhale, visualizing your skull moving away from your spine, creating space in the back of the neck. Inhale and exhale. So just remove the roller, place your head down, and let your arms come by your side and straighten your legs. Notice here as you turn your head right and left, how your neck is moving, if it feels like there's nice space and motion available. When you come back to center, notice if you're more weighted directly on the back of the head. And you might also notice that your chest is opened and your shoulder blades have come down and your collarbone is widened. Take a focused breath in, bend your knees, exhale, roll onto your side and up to a seated position. So this whole sequence is one of my go-tos before going to bed. If I can't sleep, I'll get up and do the rebalance sequence, and I'll do the back of skull decompress. Really great if you just, again, are feeling overwhelmed and want to calm the jets, calm the circuits, decrease the stress response. And it's just really nurturing for your body. So I hope it felt good for you, and I encourage you to revisit this daily as much as you need to. Thank you so much, everyone. Namaste. Bless you, and go forth and have a beautiful day.